Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A. and today I'm going to do a special all about NYX, the cosmetic line NYX. A lot of people have heard about this brand or have used it, maybe gone to Ulta. They're now carrying it in Target stores. They should have it in most of the Target stores by the end of the month or next month. I know they're all changing over their displays from the winter. So look for NYX in your local Target. I have a whole face load of NYX Cosmetics, and I just thought I would go ahead and do a full face tutorial with them. But first, just a quick little story about the NYX brand, where it came from, what it's all about, and I'll be back with you to do that full face tutorial.
The NYX story actually begins with a lady named Toni Ko. At the age of 15, she was working at her parents' perfumery and cosmetics store in California, and it was 1988, and she and her friends were really loving makeup and having fun with it, but she was disappointed in what was available. By 1999, Toni wanted to start her own line of cosmetics. This would be a healthy line, but where did that name come from? NYX, NYX, often mispronounced as the letters NYX, is actually the Greek goddess of the night, and like yours truly here in 1976, we all have a moment when we feel like the goddess of the night, and makeup helps us achieve that look. Starting with a basic line of affordable, cruelty-free, high-quality cosmetics, NYX has built a cosmetic empire, now sold in over 70 countries. NYX is based in Los Angeles, California, and its most important employee, besides Toni and of course her staff, is Sir Bruce Barkalot. And who is that? The Bichon Frise. He travels everywhere with Toni and charms people wherever they go. NYX has a variety of products like eyeshadow bases, wonderful blushes, and over 160 different shades of eyeshadow. They have very, very inventive eyeshadow palettes that are very popular, and they're often compared with high-end products of the same ilk. The shadows often compare favorably with MAC. The nail polish, very much like OPI and China Glaze, is high quality, and the jumbo eye pencils, such as Milk, are used as eye bases worldwide. Their eye pencils can also be sheared out as shadows. The lip liners are magnificent. The colored eyeliners are wonderful, and there's several award-winning products within the line, like the curved eyeliner device. My favorite is the lip products like the glosses and the butters. Can't be beat. Toni has listened to customer feedback throughout the years, and she's still in charge with product development and is the creative director for the line. She listened, and she's taken NYX to great success, where it is now sold in over 10,000 stores worldwide.
I know I couldn't really find very much dirt on this company because there isn't very much dirt on this company. I really like their stuff. I think aside from the foundation hullabaloo, I really do like a lot of their stuff. Their blushes are very pigmented, so they might be a little bit strong, but I did like the cream blush a lot. I thought it looked very nice. It has a really good staying power as well. Pinched and Peach are two really good blush shades for older skin, but you just sparingly use it. I mean, just barely touch it on there. And of course, all of the lipsticks. You know, they're so much fun, and I think NYX really excels in their lip products, especially. And I am so happy with this dewy finish face spray. It keeps your makeup on all day, so you can go through your workday and not worry about it. But there's a slight, not sheen or a shininess, but a kind of a glow to it. So I think this NYX Dewy finishing spray is something that you should really add to your makeup routine in the morning. So without further delay, let me get to the face tutorial. So I'm going to be a terrible looking before picture, but here we go. Through the magic of video. See you soon.
Here we go. Definitely a before picture. We're starting off with the NYX eyeshadow base in white. This is a potted eyeshadow base. I think it's a little bit dry, but it does cover very well, and it does hold the makeup on all day, and it does not crease. I'm even going underneath my eye a little bit. You definitely do need a primer base underneath NYX eyeshadows, just for your information. Now this is Monostat Chafing Relief Powder Gel, and I know that's kind of a weird thing to use, but I didn't like the pore filler or any of the NYX primers, so and I've taken them all back, so I didn't want to buy them again after I already took them back. So I'm just kind of patting it into my face, not working it in. And I'm going to use concealers as my foundation. The first one is just a potted concealer. This is quite creamy for a potted concealer. I'm just going over the gnarly age spots and darkness around some of my eye area, setting down around my nose where it gets really red, and down the St. Bernard lines, and underneath my lips in that little dent underneath where my chin is. So I'm just kind of setting the stage there with some potted concealer, going over the age spots up there. I'm going to use a brush to kind of buff it in a little bit, just very lightly blending it in. I did not like any of the foundations. I tried the HD Studio, I tried the BB cream, the CC cream, the tube cream. I tried everything. This is the HD Photogenic Concealer now in the lightest shade. I'm doing the little Kim Kardashian thing where you do the center of the face light and just above. And I'm going to buff it in again very lightly. That's an NYX Cosmetics brush, I believe. And the concealer actually worked quite well as a foundation. It worked much better than the actual foundations did. And the mineral powder foundation they had, Stay Matte Not Flat, did not work either. It was too sparkly for older skin. So, you have to think about the wrinkles. Just not age-friendly with their foundations. This is Mineral Matte Finishing Powder. I'm actually going to use this almost like a mineral powder foundation. And I'm going to put that in with, that's an e.l.f. Kabuki brush. And I'm just kind of swirling it in. And it actually is not bad as a foundation. The combination of the concealer and the powder worked just fine. I just had no luck at all with any of the NYX foundations. Okay, moving on. This is the Rouge Cream Blush in Natural. And I'm just putting it on my fingers and blending it in with a nice soft blush brush. Again, patting it in and blending it in with the brush. I like to buff in a blush with a brush. Say that 3 times fast. And then I'm doing my 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock with the blush because that kind of adds a little sun-kissed effect to my face. Now this is a powder blush called Dusty Rose. Tapping it off and just very lightly going over the top of that cream blush with it. And that's a very pleasant. The blushes are very nice. Now this is something new. They're baked blush, and this is chiffon. It's supposed to be an illuminating bronzer, but I don't really like it very much. But I'm just demonstrating it here. I'm even going to try and see if I can use it as an eyeshadow or something. And I don't really like it. Nah. It's not showing up. So I'm going to use my Strawberry Milk eye pencil as a highlighter, and it actually works pretty well. There's a slight glow to it, and it's a light pink color. Moving on to the Mosaic powder. This is color Peachy. I'm using this as my bronzer because the bronzer powders just didn't do anything. Of course, this is a little bit on the warm reddish side for a bronzer, and I'm not even going into that red part. But this will do, and it actually warmed up my face a lot. And I'm going underneath to get rid of some of my double and triple chins. Going back there because I roughed up one of my age spots, just going back in with the HD concealer and just tapping that in to blend it out. And it's not bad. You'd never know. I wasn't wearing foundation. Okay, this is the NYX Powder Shadow in Kiss the Day. These are the nude matte eyeshadows that they came out with. I just happened to get the single in this because it's an all-purpose one. You can actually take that all the way up to your brow because it's a matte shade, but I did not. And I'm just basically doing it on the lid. I like to have a light lid and light just under the brow, and since it's matte, it's okay if there's a lot there because it's not going to shimmer or shine crinkly on me. Going into the trio, this is Love and Rio Trio Barefoot in the Sand. Really nice, kind of neutral grayish brown, and this is a medium light color. I'm just taking it into the crease, doing the little windshield washer motions about halfway up, just making some definition, and you'll see that definition come out. Can't always be beige, you know. I like to do different colors. I do like some of NYX's shadows, but in general that's not my go-to for eyeshadows. There's certainly a variety of colors. There's actually, I believe, over 160 different colors. Now this is another trio, Love and Rio, Escape with Rico. And there I am shaking my head like I'm heading out with Rico. Okay, heading at the last third of my eyelid. It looks terrible, I know, at this point, but I'm just setting the color in and I'm going to blend it shortly. Yeah, woo. Okay, this is a brush with no color at all on it, and I'm just buffing that, blending it in, just moving that color around, trying to kind of spread it out so it's not so condensed and harsh. And I got some below my eye, and I'm just putting some concealer there because that darkness in my eye got roughed up. So, alright, this is Let Them Eat Cake palette. It's very popular here on YouTube. You see a lot of people talking about it. I'm looking for a transition color, and the one right dab in the center there looks like a really nice one to go between the dark crease and the light brow area. I'm not going all the way up to the brow, just making a line just after the darkness, just to kind of, I don't know, merge it up delicately. I'm trying to do something with that light khaki color, and I can't seem to make that color work, that whitish color there in that palette. It's just but ugly. Now this is Escape with Rico again, and we're going to use this. It's kind of a nice taupey, maroony kind of color. Really pretty. There is shimmer in it, so I'm just keeping it on the lid area. And I'm buffing that in. It's always good. The more blending, the better on your eye. The more blending, the more natural it will look. Now I've got some jumbo eye pencils. This one's in Rust. You have to be careful with colors like this because if you use them on their own, sometimes they will look like you're sick. And this is a dark brown one I'm going to use later. Now this is an eyebrow pencil. It's an automatic pencil, and it's taupe, which is the lightest shade. I found it was a little bit on the goldeny reddish side, so it's not my favorite, but it does hold all day and it goes on very well, and you don't have to sharpen it, which is always nice. I'm not a real brow girl, so it's not a big deal with me. But they are a little bit on the golden side. And I'm using the little tacky brush on the end of the cap there to fluff them up. Okay, I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm actually doing 8 seconds at least on each side just to put a curl, and you should always curl your lashes. I'm going to be putting false lashes on later, so I want to. And this is NYX Faux Lashes Mascara, Luscious Volumizing Mascara. It's okay. It does take a few coats to do anything with it. I don't think NYX's mascaras are a whole lot to sing about. They will do the job, but there's so many other things out there that are better. Now I'm starting off with just a basic look, and then I will go to a more ornate look. So I'm not going to go crazy with the mascara right now because I will be putting on NYX false lashes a little bit later. Okay, I'm getting it as much as I can. And now, let's see. Oh, lip pencils. First one is Peekaboo Neutral. Just showing you kind of what it looks like. Both of these are very similar. One is just slightly lighter and warmer tone than the other, so I'm using the lighter one, which is Citrine. And I'm just lining my natural lip line, and you always really should line your lips, especially if you're older, so your lipstick doesn't bleed into the little lines. Now this is a jumbo lip pencil. I'm just going to do the top lip with this just to demonstrate it. It's very creamy and nice, beautiful color, and I think it's like a dollar or $2, very cheap. Now I have so many round lipsticks, I went nuts, and I didn't know which one to use, and I only have one set of lips. So I'm just going to show you quickly on my arm what each color looks like. And I started off by drawing it on my arm, and I decided instead to just show you my arm with all of them drawn on it with the name of the lipsticks on the actual picture of my arm. Here they are. And these are my favorite round lipsticks, and I'm sure there'll be more. That's the one I picked. It's actually Fig number 640. It's a very bright color. It's a nice transition from winter into spring color. It's not too dark, it's not too light, it's not too bright. Now I'm going to use a lip plumper called Pump It Up, and this is the color Kim. And I'm just putting that all over my lips. And with a lip plumper, you'll feel a slight tingling sensation, heat, or whatever, and it does make your lips shiny and nice. Now I'm finishing off this look with NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray, and this is something that has become popular over the last couple years. You spray it, it feels a little like a light mist of water, but there's lots of little oils and things in there that will actually set your makeup and make it look dewy and pretty. And I'm just going to fix my hair and we'll be all set. Woohoo!
There you have it. This is the NYX Basic Face. Now I'm going to take it up just one more step and make it a little more fancy, I guess is the word. So we're going to, first of all, we're going to use this stick, and this may be very scary for some of you, but I'm going to just look at the top point of my eye and go over, straight out, and down, over, straight out, and down. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. Right now it looks like Groucho Marx eyebrows, but and I'm just going to take that down this way. And I look ridiculous, I know. And we're just going to blend this out. And you're going to see how well it blends. Now we're going to need to transition that a little bit because it's very strong. So let's just transition a little bit. And with the false lashes, it's not going to look that bad. So for a transition shade, I think I'm going to probably use this one again. This was kind of nice. And that just softens up the look. Might even use my finger to do that. Now if you go too far with any of your colors, you can always go back to your nude shade and a clean finger, and you can take it out a little bit. Here's my arm of lipsticks. And all of the colors will be down in the down bar. So, okay, so now we're going to put the eyelashes on. And I'm just using some basic wispies. I'll be right back.
Okay, off camera, I have actually put some glue on the lash to your right. It's my left, but your right. I'm using Duo Lash Glue, and I have it in black, and it was actually quite a hot mess because I hadn't used these lashes before, and I'm just kind of pressing them in over the top of my lashes. You're not seeing the struggle. But I had thought about leaving this part out because it was a little struggle, but I think that you should see that other people haven't. I've been using lashes for quite a while, and even I have trouble. Now this particular side, my right side to your left side, really you can see the glue right there. Look at all the glue. I look like something out of a horror movie. But that does dry black, and it looks fine when it's dry. So I'm actually using a bobby pin to kind of push it down onto my lashes, and then I'm going to use my fingers to hold it down on the ends to make sure it sets. And as awful as it looks now, it actually sets rather nicely once the glue dries. Okay, now I'm just adding some lip plumper, and then I'm just going to work a little bit with tight lining. And I'm just going to take that brown stick, and this is not recommended for older folks, but you younger folks may want to do this with the dark brown marker, and this is the underneath of my upper lash line, tight lining.
Okay, so that was traumatic, but it got done, and I'm really happy with the results. I think everything worked out nicely. The very last thing I want to talk about, nail polish. It's St. Patty's weekend, so of course I had to do some type of green. And this is a set that they sell at Ulta right now. It's on special. You can also get it on the NYX website. There are, what, 20 colors? 18 colors? 18 colors. And we've got some beautiful spring colors up here, and then we've got 3 top coat glitter things, and then we've got kind of an interesting gray, couple of basic shades. This French pink is really nice. My only complaint about these is not the size, but the fact that the names of the nail polishes are on the box but not on the bottles. So once you take a bottle out to use it, you have to put it back where it was, or you don't know what color it is. But you know, in general, I really like these nail polishes. I used a pink one. I still have some I have eyelash glue all over my hands. But anyway, this is a combination of these 2 colors, and then I've used this light green here. What is this called? Something, anyway. But I just thought I'd do some like kind of green thing going on, you know. I used the pink all week at work. I was filing, I was opening boxes with my nails, and this stuff worked really well. I mean, unlike the e.l.f. nail polish, which was horrific, this stuff was really good. I would compare it with China Glaze or OPI quality. And this was $20 for this whole set of 18, so that's, you know, maybe just a little more than $1 for each color. And I don't know about you, but I never go through a whole bottle of nail polish. Never. I have never gone through a whole bottle of nail polish. I don't know if you have, but these smaller sizes are great for you just to use the colors while they're in season. So by the time they separate and all that stuff, you really haven't lost that much. I never. A big bottle of nail polish always goes bad on me before I've used it all. So I think this is a terrific idea, and it's a great assortment of colors. I think it's a money saver because you're not going to go out and buy all the individual colors. But the quality is so good that I have to recommend these nail polishes. I think they're fabulous. So that just about does it for me today. I hope you've enjoyed my NYX special, and hope you all have a wonderful St. Patty's weekend, I guess. It's Monday, but you know, we're all celebrating it this weekend. And I'm about to film my giveaway thing, so I am going to leave you now. Have a wonderful weekend and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.